bom dia a todos. Hello, bonjour. Estamos de volta com o CAM-CCBC Online Festival, uma iniciativa da Câmara de Comércio Brasil-Canadá, que conta com o apoio do governo canadense e o patrocínio da Air Canada. Vamos iniciar já essa sessão que fala sobre o ecossistema de inovação e de empreendedorismo de Montreal e da província do Quebec. Temos convidados especiais aqui, Elsa, Bruyère, de Fabrique 1, Emmanuel, Cameron, Marie-André, Roger et Vincent, Dussault. Bienvenue, welcome. Hello, Elsa. We're very happy to have you here. And we're very pleased to get to know a little more about the innovation entrepreneurial ecosystem in Montreal. Welcome, and feel free to coordinate this session.
Hi, Paulo. Sorry, I can't start my video. I don't know. I'm not allowed to open my video. So if you could give me the right. Yeah, sure. No problem. Yeah, perfect. And I think it would be great also if Emmanuel could open his video too. So could you allow him also to do the same?
Liberar o vídeo do Emmanuel e da Marie-André.
Marie-André will not be here with us this morning, or this morning with you, but no problem. Emmanuel and me will be your guides for this session.
Okay, excellent.
Good.
So, welcome and thank you for your participation.
With pleasure. Thank you to you to give us the opportunity to talk with Brazil. So nice to meet everybody here this morning. So I will start. We have 40 minutes together this morning. First, I would like to ask everybody, could you just on the chat, can you go on the chat and just let us know in which field you are? Are you entrepreneurs? Are you tech entrepreneurs? Are you business developers? Are you from other organizations, from startup, from big businesses, mining industry, consultant company? Great, thank you. Thank you, Adriano. We'll just take a few minutes to have your, communication and PR. Thank you, Larissa. Architect, Anne, Uli, okay. Oh, very different field, really interesting. And could you share with me and with Emmanuel why you wanted to attend this WebConf? Is it that you plan to develop Canada? Is it that you just have a first interest and want to know much more before doing something? Did you already develop your business in Canada, and do you have specific questions? So if some of you can share that on the chat either, or turn on your mic as you want, would be great to know a little bit more about that too. So I give you a minute if you can share that with us, with Emmanuel and me. So you access just to want to know more about Canada, and that's good. We will start with that, and if somebody wants to share, it will be great. So nice to be with you this morning. I'm Elsa. I'm one of the co-founder of Fabrique Agile, which is a non-for-profit based in Montreal for now 5 years. And I will be this morning with Emmanuel Cameron, which is one of my partners and also an entrepreneur too. And we will try to share what we know about the ecosystem of innovation here in Canada, specifically in Quebec, because we are more business based in Quebec than in the rest of Canada, but and we are also based in France too. So we will share that with you this morning. Emmanuel, do you want to introduce yourself before we start presenting our projects, and that will lead us to present the ecosystem?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks. It's gonna allow me not to be tongue-tied when it'll be my time to talk. So
yes.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Elsa and Polo, for the chance to get to know you, everyone. Well, for now, we don't know each other yet, but I can see a lot of different names out there. And if in any way I can make myself useful to make you discover new ways of doing business or create new collaborations with us here in Canada, in Quebec, in Montreal, it's going to be my pleasure. I've been an entrepreneur for the last almost 8 years, being in and out of different economic development roles as well. So being on the side of financing startups, being an entrepreneur myself, launching a first incubator on the South Shore of Montreal. So that's a bit of my background, and that's what I'm about to share with you after Elsa will be done with her part.
Thank you, Emmanuel. I will try to share my screen. I don't know if I will be allowed to do that, but I will try. So I'm going to do it like this and see what happens. So does everybody see this? Yeah, thank you, Emmanuel. So what I wanted to say is that mainly Fabrique Agile and also Continuum, which is the organization of Emmanuel, we are involved in helping the businesses testing their business idea. So we launched projects here in Quebec and sometimes also on an international dimension too, to mainly help businesses testing what they have to, or their vision, and help them to grow their business. So this is our culture. We are 6 people, sorry, at Fabrique Agile, and we are based on helping the businesses grow. So mainly, our vision is that a lot of innovation fail to succeed to access the market, and there's a lot of products also that fails in the first 2 years. So as you can understand, we do not help all the businesses, but mainly the teams or the startups or the more bigger companies to start and succeed in their innovations projects. On that on this context, we decided to have an ambition to support the innovators and the startups and the entrepreneurs, or the solo entrepreneurs too. You can be a consultant and want to have an innovation project. And here are the 3 fields that we are involved in. So first, we offer an Open Innovation Fellowship. And that means that we set up projects with also Emmanuel to recruit and then follow and then give content and help in many ways to entrepreneurs that want to be born global, as we say here in Montreal. I don't know if it's the same word in Brazil, but I hope it is. And we try during 60 days to help them co-create and develop their product on an international market or in their own market. Also, we have agility and innovation training and workshops, okay? So this is not the fellowship. You won't stay with us for 60 days, okay? This is only 1 day, 2 days training workshops. So basically a lot of companies want us to just share our expertise and help their fellows to grow their skills, and that's what we offer, training and workshops. And at least at the end, the last product or the last offer we have is design sprint. Maybe you know about it. I don't know. I can't see the chat, so sorry, I can't see if you react to that before I share my screen. I don't know why I can't see the two in the same time, but that's okay. So design sprint is a methodology, okay, that help in 1 week to validate an idea and de-risk this idea to decide whether you want to continue with that idea or with that solution or not. So it's a 1 week really intense for a team to identify if an hypothesis or a solution is the right to push through or not, or if it's better to stop with that idea and start another one. Now that I'm gonna skip about our culture of experimentation because we don't have so much time. I want to focus on the 5 projects that we have. So sorry, I know it's a little bit not really, I scroll down the screen and it's not really great, but this is the only way I found to do that. So we are involved in 5 fields, as you can see on the screen, and in which we offer the 3 types of projects I present before, okay, the fellowship, the training, or the design sprint. And those 5 fields, and that's what I want to focus on with you this morning, are representative of what is happening now in terms of innovation in Quebec or in Canada. So the first one is sport tech. So we started a year before, so last year, to work with companies, startups that want to grow internationally in the sport tech ecosystem. So basically, we started to work with companies from Quebec and from France to help them identify the 3 steps on their roadmap to internationalize their business. So that means that we wanted to help them validate if the roadmap they had in mind were the right one. As example, I want to leverage funds. Does I have the right measures, and is it that Canada is the right market for me or for my company? Is it the right decision to put that on my roadmap as a growth roadmap or not? So it's an example. And also we try to, in Canada, and we work hard with Emmanuel on that part to help the whole ecosystem of sport tech.
Ela tá falando já, tá aparecendo.
Hello.
É.
Yeah?
A Elsa.
Yes. Sorry, is that okay? Emmanuel, did I miss something on the chat? Could you have?
I think Nauza joined the chat, and I don't know if she had a question or only her mic was open. So
I don't know. Okay, so we will continue. So yeah, we work with the whole ecosystem here in Quebec to put the ecosystem more in an open innovation condition. Let's say they want to share more about the data in sport tech. They want to share more about the infrastructure. So it could be experimentation zones so that startups or businesses that want to test something on the Quebec market would have access to experimentation zones. So we work on that with Emmanuel to give and open the ecosystem of sport tech in Quebec. So if anybody has questions about this ecosystem of sport tech in Canada and in Quebec, just ask me or Emmanuel, and we will be pleased to connect you with some people here. Also, we are to start about a new project regarding agrotech. So we are in charge for the next 2 years of connecting startups, experts, researchers here in Quebec, and identify opportunities and help businesses to grow in that field. And as I talked with Paolo a little bit, so 2 weeks before, we will open this project also to Brazilian startups and companies. So I think during fall, you will see some call of project appearing on your screen or your newsletters. I don't know how we're going to do that with Paolo, but so keep posted, and you will see something happens in that field. Also, and I will let Emmanuel talk a little bit more about hardware, but I will focus on mobility. We are working for 2 years now on the mobility challenge here in Montreal. So the city of Montreal won a prize from the Infrastructure Canada to put the city in position of completely change and innovate in terms of mobility. So it means that changing the infrastructure, like how they share data, how the city get access to data, how the transit agencies also share their data, and what we do with that. So what are the solutions we can put in place to reduce the auto solo? So the how do you say that in English? The one usage vehicle, and also to get a more inclusive mobility, because we are a city where there are challenges about the inclusivity. So that's about what I have to say. And do you want to start, Emmanuel, with hardware and the communities? And after that, I want to share questions and answer with you, because I think this is the purpose of this webconf.
Perfect. I'll take it from here. Thanks, Elsa.
Yeah. Do you want me to keep this this slide open? Or?
No, I'll share mine.
Okay, so I stop. Give me a second.
And we'll come back to that your slide when I'll be done. So if you have questions.
Go ahead.
Thanks. So just let me know if you see something. You see something, Elsa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
So just to give you a bit of feedback about Continuum, what it's all about. It's actually, it was launched in 2014. Back then, it wasn't an incubator at all, not even an ecosystem. But what we figured out is that in Montreal, we have the second biggest startup ecosystem in the whole of Canada, just behind Toronto. There's a fun competition between these two cities. And being just on the cuts on the south shore of Montreal, we decided to kind of create an extension to generate a new ecosystem. By that, we meant fostering the first co-working spaces in the region, putting in place the first incubators for youth, for regional entrepreneurs, for as well hardware entrepreneurs, which I'll talk more just in a couple of minutes. After that, we started the first delegation to for local startups who wanted to go and see what France had to offer, what the rest of Canada had to offer. And thanks to our collaboration, which has been really fruitful with Fabrique Agile, we were part of their program Catapult, which helped entrepreneurs through design sprints, establish and validate if the means they had they've put in place were good enough to allow them to penetrate a new market or a new country. And so thanks to their expertise combined with our incubator ecosystem, we were able to help out a lot of entrepreneurs. And so through these different steps in our lifespan, we evolved to become a full-fledged living lab, helping out big enterprises create more means of innovation, more R&D with local entrepreneurs. So we're kind of bridging the gap between big corporations and local entrepreneurs. That's what we're actually all about. That's our mission. We try to make the economic sector, so big enterprises, smaller enterprises, academics, and also local cities, provincial governments work alongside to generate and foster new ways of to innovate, a bit like the model of Communitech in Waterloo, which is really one we've been looking for the last maybe 5 years. It's really a model we're trying to emulate here on the South Shore of Montreal, a bit like what they're doing with Waterloo, Toronto. That's what we're trying to do with South Shore of Montreal and Montreal. This way it's the best way for us to showcase what we can do here in Quebec, and it's the best way also to lay out a hand to receive you guys, to invite you to come here and do more business here, or come get more knowledge, come get some collaborators, come get some talents, bring them back home, or you guys can come over here and get some office space here. We're really working on both ends of the continuum. So that's pretty much why we call ourselves Continuums. A bit like Elsa, I don't think we have time for what we're all about, but maybe one thing in our values that I really want to put forward is the fact that we're all about partnerships and references, business connections. I think the real purpose of an incubator of ecosystem leaders is to be able to open up what usually is closed to new members in the community. It's to be able to help you guys develop new business relations real fast, validate if you have the right collaborators right here, and help you get to know maybe sometimes what are the best means to get finance, what are the best means to do R&D, what's the best international strategy to export or create a new office space. So all of this goes through partnerships, and that's why we're really working closely with Elsa's teams. So what do we offer? It's actually what I've been talking about earlier on. So for the international showcase part, it's we have spaces for entrepreneurs. We have the expertise, marketing expertise, commercial expertise, open innovation expertise. We can hook you up with already established big and local enterprises, with other coaches and members of the startup ecosystems who are there to help you out, with other incubators throughout the province. We have a network called La Main, which has more than 30, I think we're closing on 40 different incubators and accelerators. So if we don't have the knowledge or the expertise to help you out, we'll refer you to the right incubator. So that's what we can offer you. Here are some type of projects that we've achieved in the last 4 years. So you have Catapult in the middle, which is the one we're really proud of, because we've been able to achieve a lot thanks to Fabric A, receiving French entrepreneurs as well as Brazilian entrepreneurs. So it was a great experience, really multicultural. And on the bottom left, a great thing that just happened late in 2019, we kind of pivot our incubator, which was more geared towards helping out local entrepreneurs, and now we're helping out all the entrepreneurs of the province and even from other provinces in Canada, in order to establish more solid hardware supply chain with our community of manufacturers and electronics. So that's what our incubator is all about. And also we have lots of consultation tables through which we can connect you with other entrepreneurs or other organizations who can support you and finance you. So just a couple of stats of what we've been up to: number of projects supported, 34, number of regional partners involved, 71, but I think it's not up to date. We're getting closer to 100 right now. Numbers of projects supported. I think the number of participants to our activities, we're over 1,500 participants and startups. It's not all participants who have ended up launching a business, but we have a great rate of businesses that we've supported. I think we're around 60% are still in business after 3 years. So that's better than the national stats. And so our team of collaborators, we have our experts, where you see again Elsa. We have growth hacker experts, lean startup experts, the community leaders you see on the bottom left. I would be thrilled to invite you to connect with them, because they're really the faces of how the startup ecosystem has been launched about 10 years ago here in Montreal. On the right-hand side, it's mostly our team, advisors, and us in the middle. So a lot of people here to help you out. And finally, our supporters, just to give you a quick heads up about what type of businesses, cities, international cities, as you can see, Marseille, Provence in France, Auvergne, Rhône-Alpes, around Lyon in France. So we have a lot of different partners who are there to help us out in order to help you guys out with Deloitte in accounting and Expo Entrepreneurs, the biggest network of entrepreneurs, the biggest event for entrepreneurs to network. So anyhow, I think I've name dropped enough. So I'll give back Elsa the mic.
Thank you, Emmanuel. So what we wanted to show with you this morning is that we are involved in many ecosystems projects that I think are really representative of what is happening now in Quebec and in Canada. So from now, if you want and if you have questions, I would take your questions and go with the question and answer, because I think this is maybe what is more helpful for you this morning. Does anybody wants to start with that? Adriano, Anne, Larissa, yeah. Oh, sorry. How to apply for open a company in Canada? Oh, really interesting. Yeah. Emmanuel, do you want to answer that question? How to start a company here, how to open, how to register a company here?
Yeah, it depends on the model that you'll be interested in. If you want to have,
it would be about a consultancy company.
Yes, but I mean, will you be hiring somebody local? Will you be actually operating the company from abroad and just want to have a virtual office in the country? Will you want to maybe do a joint venture with a local company? It's important to have these questions. Oh, you want to move in? Okay, so this way it's going to be much more easier. So what will happen is, if you could apply for the startup visa, actually, you could look it up. You need to be backed by two different organizations, one incubators, and the other one, I think it's the Montreal International, an organization that facilitates the arrival of new businesses. So look up for a startup visa. Right now, I don't know with the COVID how much time it can take. Usually it takes between 3 to 6 months to have everything figured out. So it can be really fast. It wasn't like that about a year ago. It was a really, really long process. The startup visa was mostly applied in other provinces, but Quebec finally catch up to it. And now we're capable of receiving you guys here. And the one thing that is important for you to notice right from the bat is that as soon as you get here, if you don't have let's say a permanent residency or Canadian citizenship, your company, you can open up a company, but as long as your company doesn't have 51% equity owned by a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen, you won't be able to apply to a lot of the grants programs and some of the financing programs. So it's really important in your strategy to talk with experts on the topic. You must have had I think legal counseling in the different experts. So, but if there's one I can refer, it would be ULEX, which are familiar with helping foreign entrepreneurs come over here, especially in the tech sector. But I mean, there's a lot of different legal firms that can help you out. And so once you're here, just try to figure a way to be able to qualify for these grants and funding programs, because in the G20, Canada is the most renowned to have, has the most generous programs for funding startups who have R&D. So if you're an R&D driven business, totally, it's a great place for you to come and do business.
Does it help, Adriano, with the question?
Thank you. So I guess yes.
Okay. I'm trying to translate one of the questions that is in the chat because it's in Portuguese, and I'm sorry, but I do not understand Portuguese. But that Google Translate will help me in a second if you give me time. Sorry for that. Up. So the question is, it was also about the visa process if you open a company in Canada, and how much time does it take? So I think we also answer to the Urbano Matos. Urbano, is that fine for you? I think we already answered your question. Okay. Is there any other questions? Do you want to talk more about, I don't know, a specific field that you are involved in and you want to know more about that?
Also, if you come to Quebec, you'll need to have a bit of poutine.
Yeah.
So I represent Quebec. It's the best way after you've had like a lot of good networking, business networking going, or just having a good beer with your friend. You need to go grab a poutine, which are French fries, curdled cheese, and brown gravy on it. It doesn't look appetizing, but trust me, after you've had a couple of beers, it's the best way to.
It's great. If a Brazilian opens a company in Canada or a branch, what is the visa process in Canada as an entrepreneur? What are the requirements? Good question. So it's almost, two things. Yes, you need a visa, and usually it's the entrepreneur's visa. And I think the requirements are that you need to confirm that you have a project here. What is the project? And it has to be also, how do you say, Emmanuel, endossé? It has to be endorsed by an incubator. So because the visa is faster if you are endorsed by an incubator, because it proves that your project is already set up and that you will really set up a company, that you're not only one man or one woman coming in Canada. And so they just want to confirm wherever you really have a job and you really have not necessarily that you will have sales, okay, but that you really have a job and that you really have a project set up. So, and the requirements, I think it's really around the project. So describing this project, how long it will take, what is the roadmap, who are the partners involved, what the project leads to. And so mainly it's about that. Also a lot of personal information, of course. And I think, but you sent maybe the.
Yeah, I send the link in the chat, and also I just copy and paste what they're looking for. But you don't have to be innovative. It's for the startup visa. If you want to come and launch your own business, it's totally fine. They're going to be looking at your financial situation, your family situation, your close family situation. If you have children, a spouse, a husband, well, I think it's the same thing. A husband, a wife. And so they'll look at, can you speak English? Can you speak French if you're looking to come to Quebec? Maybe at the beginning, they can allow you to have a visa to just come and work for a year or two as a normal worker. So you won't be able to launch your business on your own. But if you find a partner that, again, is a full resident, permanent resident, or a Canadian citizen, then you'll be able to launch the business with that person. But as long as you don't have your permanent residency, or if you don't have the specific visa when you come in, or an investor visa, you'll have to go through the normal, the path of being a worker first, and then launch a business maybe in 2 to 3 years afterwards.
Yeah, we will talk about startups. We have been working with it. But before, I will answer Rafaela's question about design. So how do we use design in our job and in our projects or workshops? So two things. The first thing is we use design to, we mainly use the design thinking methodology. Okay, it's so I think you know about it, Rafaela. So it's focus on your users. What are their pains? So the whole methodology. Okay, either in design sprints or in whatever we will find the principle and the rules of design thinking, the 5 phases, and etc. Okay, so in the tools we work with as in Fabrica, we take advantage of all that. If you want to get a training on that, I think the best one is IDEO. So I will put the link in the chat. So IDEO, the company that is based in California, because they are the pioneer of that, and their courses are, I think, really great. So this is one part. And then the other part of the workshops on the methodology we use are more linked to Lean Startup and to also business model canvas, business model generation, agile principles. So in the design sprint, it's not only about discovering what your clients want or what are their pains in terms of design thinking. Okay, it's not about all the creation. It's also about validating. So all the tools that helps you validate. And so we design, okay, things to validate. So it's about experiment card. It's about testing business idea, which is also another book, and things like that. So if you want to take training about that, I think Eric Ries about Lean Startup has some workshops on Udacity. So I will put the two. I will stop talking and put the link and search that on Google and put that in the chat. Okay. So I think this is mainly what I want you to refer to. I think it's okay. Rafaela, I invite you to touch base with. Okay. Okay. Does it help, Rafaela? Can you just say if it's fine? Did you get enough information, or do you want me to?
And I think Urbano also sent a question, but I don't know on which topic.
Okay, it helps.
Get this information from.
Okay. Paulo, you wanted us to talk about the Brazilian startup we worked with. So we are currently working with one, which is Cargo Snap, a startup in logistics. So it's really, how do you say that? Un logiciel. I'm missing my words, sorry. It's a software for logistics, and they are at this moment validating if Canada is a good market for them. All their research shows that yes. So we validate and we measure with them. So we are working specifically on some experimentation that helps them measure how their software is set up, and the price is the right price, and who are the main partners, and etc. And they were referred to us by the team of CCBC, so we are really happy to work with them. And previously also we worked, so last year we worked with one startup and I don't remember their names. Sorry, Paolo. I will find that just in a few seconds. But they are in fintech, and they spent 1 week also with us in Montreal, and also 2 weeks in Toronto, and then 1 week in Vancouver, based on what they learned in Montreal. And basically, what they discovered was that their market is a little bit, or their unique value proposition is a little bit different than what they seek before. So it was really helpful for them to spend just 1 week validating in Montreal. So it helped them to grow their business. And I didn't check, but they were considering setting up in Montreal in the fintech ecosystem. So everybody was really happy to have them. And I know that Station Fintech were really happy also to work with them and present them the ecosystem and prospects and partners and etc. So, and also before that in 2018 and we worked with 2 startups from Brazil, and we started the Catapult program with 1 startup from Brazil, and then we came also to the startup week in São Paulo. So maybe we will attend this year the startup week virtually. I don't know how it will take place, but we will see that. But we will be happy to be here. And before that, we will have the agrotech week in Canada, so yeah, it will be, I think we have a lot of collaboration with Brazil and specifically with São Paulo, so it will be fine, I think. Is there other questions? Oh yeah, a lot of questions are coming in. Did you read them, Emmanuel? Do you have some?
I've answered most of them. There's just Urbano that I'm not getting the questions about the members. So if you can clarify this, I'll try to answer it. We don't have much more time ahead of us though. So please, if you have questions, send it to us now and maybe we'll answer it and give it to the hosts. And
our members, it's the family, I think, from Urbano. It's regarding the visa.
Okay, so the link I sent earlier on about startup visa, you also have all the other type of visas on that platform. So just go through and you'll find the one that fits the best your situation.
And about the solopreneur visa for Raphael, I don't know about it. I don't know if there is. I don't know, but it can be the same one, okay? It doesn't matter if you are a solo entrepreneur or a few people. The visa for entrepreneurs is the same if you are one in your company or 2 or 3 or 4. So I think you should consider this visa because maybe it's the best one. Otherwise, the other one is asking for a visa as an employee. So you find a company that want to hire you in Canada, and they will help you getting this visa. But I don't know if it's the best chance for you. So maybe you should consider, Raphael, to and yes, Quebec, because you've been living in France for 2 years. So maybe yeah, you will have your chance because you know more about French. Because yeah, this is one condition, really important conditions. I know we are running out of time, so is HitLab, okay, scale, okay, so Emmanuel, have you answered to him?
Yeah. And for Urbano, was Elsa's answer better? Because for family members, they're going to be evaluating the proficiency of like, is everybody in good health? Are everybody in your family capable of speaking at least one of the 2 Canadian official languages? Is maybe your wife or is she well trained? Does she have a higher education? So they're going to be giving points to like all these type of categories, and that's what they're looking for. So please look at the link I sent on Startup Visa and you'll find more information about your situation.
Yeah, thank you to everybody. It's the end of this webconf. So it was nice to talk with you and to spend time with you. I hope we'll see you soon. Paolo, do you want to conclude?
Yes, please. Thank you. Merci, Elsa, Emmanuel. It was very nice and very motivating, your presentation. I think we have a very dynamic ecosystem in Montreal for entrepreneurs and for startups. As you mentioned, we already have worked in some cases with Brazilian startups that came as members of CCBC, and we helped them through CCBC to get in contact with the ecosystem in Montreal, and together with Catapult and Fabrica, to get involved and validate their projects and maybe go one step further. I would like also to remind the audience that we have a session tomorrow morning with the Canadian Consulate, where you can also ask questions about visa. So there will be even another opportunity to have specific questions about visa. Então, acho que vale a pena comentar para quem está assistindo que amanhã às 9 da manhã tem uma sessão aqui do Consulado Canadense no festival, onde, entre outras coisas, vocês vão poder perguntar especificamente questões sobre vistos para o Canadá. Então, acho que fica a dica para quem tiver interesse nessa questão de vistos, para se conectar na sessão de amanhã às 9. Talking about, and by closing this session, I want to call everyone's attention that we are still going to be talking about Montreal, and we're going to talk about studying in Montreal in the next session at 12 o'clock. Agora ao meio-dia, a gente vai ter uma outra sessão falando sobre estudar em Montreal. Então, eu espero que quem está aqui conectado siga conosco para acompanhar mais essa sessão tão interessante. Lembrando também que o nosso site do festival tem uma série de conteúdos gratuitos para download e vários outros programas até domingo de lives e conversas interessantíssimas. Muito obrigado, merci Elsa, merci Emmanuel, bonne fête du Canada e au revoir.
Bye, take care.
Ok, obrigado.
Bye-bye.